Wow. Hello, everybody. I had no clue you were going to come here. Hi, folks. You caught me right as I sat back down from running around like a crazy person getting everything set up. Thank you to whoever did the shout out. Thank you, Shawnee. I figured it wasn't stars, so. Whew. It's been a busy day already, just in case anybody was wondering. If you aren't following Stars, you should follow Stars because she's like my bestie, and we have a Discord together and everything. So you should come hang out sometime. What else do I have to say? Thank you, Shawnee. As you might be able to tell from the cadence of my voice, my throat is not doing so hot today, so it might be a shorter stream. We just got a bunch of weather changes here right now, and so I'm kind of like, ugh. I'm sorry your browser crashed, but welcome in for realsies. I don't know what I have to say. I do have tea here, so maybe that will help for a little bit. But I'm not going to push it too hard because I have a busy week this week. Hey, Red Shirt! I don't think I have anything else important to say. I have, like, pretty bad brain fog today, if I'm being honest, so I might be even more out of it than usual. But I'm sure you guys will be fine with that because you put up with me in all sorts of different ways of existence. So, so today we're starting on the Forget Me Not stamp. I do need to finish this by the end of the month. I also have another project that I can't do on stream that's a digital one that I need to finish. I showed you guys the base colors for that last time. I did finish the seal painting since we talked last. I finished this yesterday. And I told you guys vaguely that there was like a timeline for this one, which is why I was worried about getting it done. I was making a set of greeting cards, and this was going to be one of them. So I've actually already scanned this and edited it and put it into the card template and ordered the cards for this already today. I did that this morning. And this is one of 5 card designs that I'm ordering for a customer. And then 3 of those designs are going to have limited numbers in my shop so that I can see how they'll do. This is one of them. So you'll be able to get some greeting cards with this guy on it. Yeah. So this one and the moose painting and the iris painting, the bearded iris that I did a while back, are going to be greeting cards in my shop soon. I did order bearded iris cards once before, and I really didn't like the quality from the printer that I'd ordered from, so those aren't for sale. I've been using them as like personal cards. But I know this company, and I've seen cards from other people who have ordered through them, and they also send me a free physical proof so that I can make sure that I actually like the quality. So that's going to be happening at some point. I can't promise when, because your girl's a little busy. If there are enough sales for these green cards, I will expand out to include other designs. So the moose is also going to be one. And I can't show you the bearded iris because that original painting sold. So, and I think we're supposed to be back from the frame shop from the person who got it, but I haven't heard about that. So yeah, if I seem a little frantic, it's because I am a little frantic, because I've been running around like crazy the past couple days getting a bunch of work done. Except for on Saturday, we had a extremely long for me hangout and chill with Sleepy, which was great fun, and thanks to everybody who showed up and hung out with us. It was a really nice stream.
This is a self-care checkpoint. Do you need to take meds? Get some water, some food? Take a break or a stretch? Please do so now.
Great idea,
Thank you.
Shawnee. I have remembered to take all of my meds today. Part of the reason I'm having such bad brain fog is because I'm weaning off of one of my antidepressants. So I have a little bit of a withdrawal headache from that one today, I can tell. But it's fine. Like, it'll be fine. I'll have a little extra sugar and my brain will even out, which is what's in my tea, is more sugar. But yeah, that's part of why I'm like, today. Also just being busy, you know? I don't like seeing the ring light in the reflection. Do I have anything else important to say? I don't know that I do. I also feel like I say that literally every stream. I'm nothing if not consistent. So yeah, forget-me-nots in the shape of a heart. Forget-me-nots are the Alaska state flower, so this is going to be part of my Alaska stamp series that we've been doing. And I do think that if those greeting cards do well, if those designs do well, I'll add the other stamps in with that. Even though they aren't like quite the right shape to make it look the same, but yeah, it's just like that, stars. I don't know. It's just, streaming is a great way to forget every thought you've ever had, but still feel like your brain is rattling. You know? But yeah, so let's see, what are the other ones? These two. So if, no, not that one. Here, please. Thank you. But if those greeting cards do well, I might add this one and this one. Although I'm not sure how exactly I'd want to do that, since they aren't just like the standard rectangle shape that a greeting card would be. For some of the other paintings that I did for the greeting cards, I did some like digital smudging around the edge and used some digital watercolor brushes to kind of make it blend into the card a little bit better. So that's a possibility. I don't know. But they are cute, you know? And maybe this one too. I don't know. That would be a pretty cute Valentine's card, probably. Right? I don't know. We'll see. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'll add new products and we'll see how this works. And then sometimes it just doesn't. And that's fine. Like, that's just part of the process. But I also am an overthinker. So I'm going to start thinking about things like 3 years ahead. Let's see. Before I get started, we should clean my palette because this still has seal colors on it. And we aren't doing a seal right now. But I might, maybe I'll post the proofs for the cards that I am ordering more of, like for my shop. Some of them are just for the specific order, but some of the designs are going to be in my shop too. I might post those for patrons at some point, or maybe I'll wait until I get the physical proofs from the printing company and then post photos of that. Because I'll need to take those to send to the customer anyway, so. Well, I don't need to, I will. I also ordered envelopes last week, which was great to go with those because you guys know me, I'm a little specific about colors. So I picked specific colored envelopes that complement the card itself. And I picked 2 different colors for the cards that I'm doing, but I let the customer pick the complementary colors for the other ones. Yeah. So maybe once those get here, we'll be doing a packing stream or something. I still haven't decided exactly how I want to pack them. I know how I'm packaging like the wholesale order for the customer, but I don't know how I want to pack them for my shop, and I also need to write the listings for those. Which, you know, so many decisions all the time forever. I haven't decided if because I'm going to do like individual cards for the designs and then also a like pack of 3 or 5 of the individual design and then a pack with 2 of each of the designs, so 6 cards total. And I haven't decided how exactly I want to package those, because like I could bag them in a cello bag, or I could do like the little paper bags that I do for like the treat calendars and stuff, which is biodegradable, so that makes me feel a little bit better about life, but also don't protect the cards as well. So it's like a trade-off that I need to think about. And you guys are just getting like a free ramble of stream of consciousness right now because I haven't thought it all the way through. You know, I'm processing. Oh, don't drop that. Let's see. I think maybe just putting in like some base colors here so that I don't lose the sketch. Because we do have like a leaf in the back here, and then the rest of it's just going to be kind of like a blurred dark color, similar to what we did on these two. But probably closer to this guy, because I do have some leaf shapes like plotted out, so. Or maybe that's too similar. I hadn't thought about that. You know, they're all supposed to go together anyway. I think I'm overthinking that. Okay, let's just get cracking. If I can get my brain to work for half a second. Here we go. Okay. I've definitely been having one of those times like the past week where like everything is a million steps and I have to think through every single step to get to where I'm trying to get to, you know? Which is always a task. We'll just lay in some of these big splotches of highlights and shadows, and then we'll get cracking. But this is the second time we've done Forget-Me-Nots for this color of the month. Just, it fit really well, you know? It was like perfect. Did I bring one of them out here? I did. Okay, so, sometimes I think ahead, but not always. So we did this painting. This is the other Forget-Me-Not one. These are the Forget-Me-Nots down here. This is for the Sticker Club sticker for May. And I already got those printed out and laminated and cut. So, look. They're ready to go. It's so cute, isn't it? The laminate has little flowers on it, which is sometimes hard to tell on camera, but I think that makes it show up pretty well. And I will tell you that Cap picked out the laminate. I gave him a few choices, and he picked out the one that I would have picked out myself, but I wanted to let him pick, so. Because it is about him, you know. So yeah, loving this one. I think this one I probably will put in my shop, but maybe at limited quantity. I don't know that this one is going to be a huge seller. It's always hard to tell. But I think, start at the beginning of the thought. All of my Patreon Sticker Club stickers are guaranteed to be exclusive to Patreon for at least a month. So this one wouldn't be available until July anyway. But I think it probably will hit the shop. Thank you, Shani. But yeah, I'm trying to get really ahead of the Sticker Club because I'm having surgery in mid-May. So if I can get everything printed and done through June, that will give me some extra leeway around healing up and everything. Because, like, it's not a huge, well, I was going to say it's not a huge, scary surgery. I mean, I am losing an organ. Giving up my organ to the gods. But it is one where I get to go home the same day, pretty much, unless there are severe complications. So it's not one where I'm like gonna be stuck away from my home and my computer for a long time or anything. But it is one where I'm gonna have some time to heal up and be tired and that kind of stuff. So yeah, ending the curse. The bloodline ends with me. At the very least, my mitochondrial DNA for my family ends with me. Because you get that one from your mother. I'm the only girl with it in this generation, so... I'm honestly like really excited, which I don't think is a shock, and I've talked to you guys about it a fair amount, but like I'm excited to not be in a huge amount of pain for a week out of the month, you know? That will be great. Gender fluid. Ooh. Up there. The gender fluid flag is so pretty. Got this guy back here. A little bit like right here, but not a lot. Okay. And my head hurts. It's not that bad, but I am using my comfier headphones again today. I might just switch to doing that full time, because I do have a headset with a better mic, but I don't think that the sound quality is that different. And my comfort level is way higher with this set of headphones, which means I can stream for longer and I don't have a headache after I'm done. So I think that the benefits outweigh the cons there. I mean, unless you think that this sound quality is like horrendous and it makes your ears hurt, which I don't think anybody does think that, so. What did I do there? Oh, I see. I added some extra flowers versus the reference that I have, so figuring out which lines I actually meant is something. Like, what line does this go to? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And eventually I'll actually have a desktop setup where I can use the nicer, like, not on my face mic that I have, but I just don't have enough USB slots on my laptop to do that. I'm at max capacity right now. Hi, Matto! It's, I'm doing things on my laptop that she wasn't made to do, and she's doing her best. But she really was not made for this life. Okay, I see what I did here. This is that. Get it. Matto can get double shoutouts. I mean, you all can get double shoutouts, honestly. That's why you guys have your own little special shoutouts, is because you're special. Oh, I don't think I said thank you for sending me that documentary, Matto. I'm planning to watch it later today. I'm excited to sit and watch a little documentary. I love a little documentary. Things are good, yeah. It was about why supermarkets in Britain had clock towers on them in the 80s and 90s, I think Matto said specifically. Yeah, for sure. I just haven't had like the brain power to sit and watch something, you know. I've been busy. I've been booking. Yeah, which is really interesting to me because there was exactly one grocery store that I remember in, I guess it was technically in Washington, um, that had a clock tower on it. And that was like a big fancy thing. And they made it like part of their branding. So I'm interested in that whole situation. That was also where they had the best Burger King because it had the big play area that you could get lost in. I can share that documentary link in our Discord later if people want that too. I don't know how many people are actually have joined the Discord since I mentioned it, but I can toss that in our stuff if people want to see. Yeah, I'll do that for you, Shani. Okay, where am I? What's happening? What are we doing? Ooh. Yeah, the TKB brain do be cooking, but I don't know that it's like a good cook, you know? You know what I mean? I think I've been overclocking a little bit. What was this line? Oh. Local bitch gets confused by own sketch. More at 11. I kind of see what I was doing here. Alright. I sketched this at the beginning of the month because I just like got all of my sketches done because I was like, then I can book through everything. But what it means is that I don't remember why I did certain things the way that I did them. It's fine. We'll figure it out. And also, you guys can't see the reference, so everything I do, according to you, is correct. That's the trick. You don't share the reference image, and then it looks great. Making shapes, making shapes. Oh, I should also say, the color in focus poll for next month's color is up for my patrons. And the last time I looked, it was tied. So we'll see where it ends up. also need to make more color cards because we're down to the bottom of the stack and I don't feel like I'm done with this project yet. I think I made a list at some point of other colors I might add, but I don't know if I still have that list, if I'm being honest. Because sometimes you find things when you're cleaning and you're just like, I don't know where to put this, so it's going in the trash. Which definitely isn't a sign of neurodivergency and you shouldn't attack me about it, okay? Don't worry about it, it's fine. I haven't decided if I want to leave the background light like that or maybe make it darker. We'll see. Because I think darker might make the lighter color of the forget-me-nots pop. But that is a decision to be made further along in the project than we currently are. My back just popped so loud. Is there something else I needed to say? Oh, this is the last Monday scream? Okay, yeah, sure. This is the last Monday scream on stream for the next couple of weeks because I have an extended modeling session. So I'm doing 4 class periods in a row in the same pose. So I've got the next 2 Mondays. Perfect, Shawnee, thank you. So I've got the next 2 Mondays and the next 2 Wednesdays booked to sit naked in front of semi-strangers so that they can paint me, well, draw me. But that is, yes, that is okay. Just trying to get all these spaces blocked out so that I vaguely understand what I'm doing. If I do that now, that's a lot of the hard brain work, and then we can just focus on coloring in our lines, basically. I mean, there's still like shading and color choices and stuff, but it'll be easier if I get everything sorted now. I'm a big believer in front-loading the work. So you do all the hard parts first, and then you fill in with the easier parts. I do need to send out the sticker clubs for Patreon this month as well. Do I have it out here? I do. Sometimes I'm organized. So we've got our Lilac Lolita for this month. And then we have the Tiger and Capybara in the Lasagna hot tub for next month. And then the potion for the month after that. See? Look. So beautiful, so lovely. So exclusive. Welcome back, Cap. Okay. Thank you, Shawnee. Okay, how is doing this? I need some darker colors in here. I still haven't. Actually, I was talking about this last time, that the music that Matto uses on stream I really like, and so I saved the artist, or artist group, I think, technically. And I was going to go through and add some songs from them, but I haven't had time to do that. Soon. Because I like the vibes. Yeah, those are super cool, because it was like the campfire one that I mentioned specifically a couple streams ago. And I was like, that is such my vibe. I need that. So I went and saved the artist. It's one of those things where, like, there's only so many kinds of music you can use both on Twitch and YouTube, because I do have a archive on YouTube that's like public, so y'all can see all of my past streams. Well, everything except the very first stream I ever did. That one's a lost episode. Which I think is fine. If you do archive, Shawnee, that will, because the YouTube one is just like my main YouTube that I don't use a huge amount. Yep, there we go. Because, I don't know, I've stopped kind of doing reels and shorts, because I don't want to. And for the most part, they really don't get me enough engagement that it's worth the extra work. And especially not worth the amount of, like, weird-ass hecklers, you know? Like, I don't want to put in effort just to get heckled, you know? And I don't have to, because I'm in charge of my own actions. And with the whole thing with TikTok, I don't want to use TikTok, and Instagram is just kind of an asshole, and everybody on YouTube Shorts is mean, except for the bots. The bots are very nice. But everybody on YouTube Shorts really seems to think that I need to know that they're flicking past my video. And I don't. I don't need to know that. You can just flick past and not put in the effort to insult somebody. But apparently that's a foreign concept to a lot of people. Yeah, I think it's because art is not really what they're made for, you know? Like, art content is not really what the point is on YouTube and elsewhere. But what they really want is, like, a 3-second joke. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't care about this skip. And I'm like, well, you took the time to comment. So, there was one person who, like, I did a little sassy thing with me, because I hand letter all of my art. With me doing hand lettering for one of my stickers, because people will ask me what font I used, and the answer is my brain. So I did a little reel with that, and somebody commented, "Nobody cares, girl." And in my head, I was like, well, you cared enough to comment on it. So, thanks for the engagement, I guess. And blocked them and moved on. Yeah, I don't know. There's like... I feel like along the internet journey, people have forgotten to not feed the trolls, so it's all just trolls now. Unless it's like somebody you know personally. Troll has become the average engagement. I do think I need to darken up the background a little if I'm doing this much pigment. Or these. Yeah, right? I don't... With our limited time on this planet, you're saying that what you really want your legacy to be is a bunch of, like, pissy-ass comments that a toddler would know better than to make? Like, maybe get something else going in your life because it sounds sad. I don't know. Couldn't be me. I've got too much fun stuff going on. Right? It really is. And you'll have somebody like I'll see this a lot on Instagram with some artists where people will go through and comment on every single person who's commented on something saying that an art piece is neat with somebody saying, "Well, it looks like AI" or something like that. And they'll comment on like 30 comments in a row. And it's like, do you not have something better to do? Go clean out your fridge. Like go disinfect your trash can or something. Like, there are so many better things to do with your time. Deep clean your shower. Maybe go create something yourself. Go for a walk. Maybe just lay on the floor and have floor time. That's good for you too. Like, do something else. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. Like, there are so many better ways to contribute to what's going on around you. And honestly, there is a trend that I've been seeing lately in specifically like ADHD comment or ADHD content. Yeah, I can tell I have bad brain fog because I'm replacing words with things that sound similar. Um, I was talking with B about that the other day, and like it's not a big deal, and I know everybody understands, but it makes me feel so stupid for like 3 seconds. Um, okay, what was I saying? The ADHD content I've seen a lot lately is when you don't have enough dopamine, so you go and start a random argument. I'm like, okay, there are other ways to get ADHD dopamine that don't involve pissing other people off. So get well soon. Like, go and exercise, go eat a treat, go, I don't know, watch a video of cats falling down. Like, there's a lot of other options for dopamine. You don't need to argue with people. Or find somebody who enjoys debating and debate with them. Like, not everybody enjoys that. So find the people who are into it and do that. Don't just go up to randos and do it. It's so weird. Yeah, exactly, Cap. More tummy time, less screen time. I think that would be good for everybody. Agreed, Cap. I mean, I don't know that I'm much better in this aspect of projecting than you, but there are some ADHD and autistic people who like arguing, like they legitimately enjoy it. I am not like that. Yeah, I think perhaps us anxious ones kind of collect like little ducks in a row. Because we also don't like just arguing with people, you know? Um, I have again confused myself with my lines. It's fine. Yeah, exactly, Cap. I wasn't gonna name any names, but there are definitely some people who enjoy arguing and enjoy pretending like they know everything, and I don't get along with those people very well. Like, there's a difference between, like, the kind of thing that I do is if somebody brings up something or has a question and I don't know the answer, I'll research it because I'm curious. Like, you brought up this thing that I didn't know, so I will better myself by adding knowledge to myself and I'll say, well, I didn't know about this before, but a quick Google says blah, 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 blah. Um, and I do know a lot of random things that when people ask, I'm like, oh, blah, 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 because I do research because I'm curious about the world around me. And I feel like some people just make shit up to pretend like they know stuff so that they feel important versus like actually bettering themselves and learning something. And I don't have any patience for that. Okay, I think another layer of sap green and then those are good. Because that's about the color balance I want. I do think I'm going to end up darkening the background a bit. Yeah, exactly, Cap. Because you need to say, I didn't know this before, but. Or I've researched this in the past and kind of a situation. Unless it's something that I have extensive knowledge of, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. It's like people want to be teacher's pet and they forget that there isn't a teacher and that everybody hated the teacher's pet. It won't save you. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. I feel like we need to set up, I don't know, like an ADHD match service, kind of like a dating match service that matches you with ADHD people who have the same interests as you. And like the same kind of I don't know how to phrase this. The same kind of ADHD tendencies. So, like, if you're the kind of ADHD who wants a lot of noise, you could match up with somebody. If you're the kind of ADHD who needs to control every sound around you, you could match up with somebody who's also like that kind of a situation, you know? So that you don't end up with competing needs. Yeah, exactly, Cap. Something really important is being able to absorb new information and say, I didn't know this, but now that I do, I can change how I act. And one, that makes you a good ally in general because you'll listen to the people who you're trying to be an ally with and adjust your behavior. And two, it just makes you a better person in general because you take responsibility for your own actions and your own education in general. Because it isn't somebody else's responsibility to cater the world's experience to you specifically. That's your job. You're supposed to cater your own life or curate your own life, you know? You're supposed to figure things out on your own and listen to the people around you to figure out how to do that in a way that you want to do it. And I feel like a lot of people just really want to be spoon-fed a bunch of shit without putting any work in at all. Which I honestly think is a lot of online LGBT issues, is that people want to have one solid opinion on what good and what bad so that they can follow it and bully anybody who doesn't follow it, and that's just not how it works. Like, oh, you can't use this word, you can't use that word. Well, somebody from the 60s who has been in this situation longer than you still uses those words, so what's your reaction to that? Are you going to bully them out of the space because you can't deal with terms having changed? Like, get over yourself. This isn't about you. Absolutely, felt. Absolutely. And it's absolutely to the detriment of everybody. Yeah. If you can't look outside yourself and see why somebody would be acting a certain way, like I don't know how you exist, cuz I get some of this as just trauma from how I grew up, But like, I don't understand how not everybody is thinking about how their actions affect everyone around them all the time. And like, yes, I don't need to do that all the time, and sometimes I tell myself to knock it off because that's not a healthy way to live. But also, like, you have to think about how your words impact others. I don't understand how you don't do that and then get confused why you don't have any friends. Like, if you're only thinking about yourself all the time, nobody's gonna want to hang out with you. Like, absolutely wild to me. Okay. Let me use a smaller brush to block and stuff. Yeah, that's totally fair, Shawnee. And like, there's definitely some words where if you use it, I'm probably not going to trust you, but there's also something to be said about getting to choose your own words for yourself, you know? Yeah, exactly, Maddo. And because people like that don't tend to be very introspective, they won't realize that that's the issue. They tend to blame everybody around them for not understanding them when they haven't put in the work to understand others or themselves, you know? And like, there's only so much you can do to help somebody in that situation. And also, it's not our jobs to help everybody, just for the record. I could put some masking fluid on the inside of these petals because there are like specific little white spots on Forget-Me-Nots. But we did that for the other one and I didn't really like the way it ended up. So we're going to try to not do that, and maybe I also won't like the way this ends up, but we will try something different and learn more about ourselves in the process. Yeah, exactly. Gotta experiment every once in a while. I think you accomplished that very well, Shawnee. Also, I'm realizing that your sub ran out, so I need to fix that. And let's just do this, and then I don't have to think about it. Yeah, you're allowed, if you're one of my mods, you get a free sub to me if you don't want to sub, or can't, or whatever. So feel free to tell me if yours runs out so that I can do it. That's not rude, that's helpful for the future. But there, now I don't have to think about it again until next March. Because it's not like I'm going anywhere, so. And you better not go anywhere either, not because of the sub thing, but because I would miss you. Yeah, I gotta give you your pickle back, Shawnee. I still have that animated emote on the back burner, too. I will say, I added that emote, like I joked about adding it, and Shawnee was so excited that I added it for Shawnee. And I think it's the one that's gotten the most comments out of all of my emotes. Everyone's just like, a pickle? That's such a good pickle. I'm like, thank you, I'm glad you like my pickle. Such is the way. I have started changing all of my line art colors lately, but doing it in a way that makes it like way more complicated and takes me like 4 more hours because heaven forbid I do anything that's easier on myself. When I do digital line art, I've started, so I just do like the line art color and then I'll do a clipping mask over the line art and do like a color that's a little bit darker or lighter than what's on the actual color layer so that it adds like emphasis to where the color is on the inside. And it takes forever. And, you know, I think it looks better, but also it takes so much work. It makes things easier on themselves. That's not an artist feeling, I don't think. I really need to clean this glass at some point. Almost! The sunglasses are almost perfect. So close. It's just because his eyes are super big. I love that emote. It does it match anything on this channel? Not really, but I made it and I love it. That was a super specific reference. I do think the sunglasses on the pickle are good. Oh, interesting. Sometimes they take a little bit, yeah, especially those ones. Ah, gotcha. I was thinking it was Obu because the sunglasses didn't match up very well. Which is also a valid reason to boo. Oh, yeah, it does, Shawnee, you're right. Okay, I think... I think I'm not going to finish that sentence. Me starting to talk. Nah, actually. But that emote is a really specific reference to something that happened on a Jik stream. Because he had a shiny. This was in Let's Go. He had a shiny. Let's Go Eevee specifically. He had a shiny with Chop that we named Chop Suey. Because he always took group like chat suggestions for the shiny names. And he wasn't paying attention while he was chaining something for another shiny hunt, and it evolved. So we all did salutes for Chop Suey, and that's Chop Suey. So I made the salute emote. And I just think it's such a good salute emote. I did such a good job with that. I also embroidered that in the Advent book that I was doing for Jik. Pickle Noir. I love it. There's definitely a once you go black, you never go back joke in there. But really, you go back after 24 hours, I think, so. Okay, we're doing the underpainting here. I don't think I said that out loud. Which is why super bright colors. Hi, Sleepy. Thank you. That's great, Shawnee. Oh, I should have done something and I didn't. Can I do that while my computer's on streaming, or is it gonna be a mess? Because Doodle finished one of my commissions last night, and it's so cute. Let me see if I can add it as a source without OBS exploding. Can I just change this? Thank you, Shani, for pinning. Oh no, it won't let me do that. Okay. Can I add a source? OBS throws like a hissy fit on my laptop a lot, and it never shuts itself down properly, so it always asks if it should run in safe mode or normally, and I'm like, normally, and then like 35 things don't work. You let me do this. My entire OBS crashes if I try to delete any source, which is great. I don't think my laptop counts as a brat because it's not her fault I'm making her do way too many things. You know? She's trying really hard and I'm pushing her to the max. Not that one, this one. Yes. And then I do this. And then you can see it! Look what Doodle made me! It's my little guy! Look how cute I am! I have popcorn. Look how cute. I'm adorable. I really like the way Doodle did the yarn hair. It looks so good. Yee! I'm so cute! Yeah, so you should hire Doodle, and you could also get an adorable little thing of your little guy. That would be great. Okay, are you dry? Yes. That means I can work on the pedal next to you without ruining everybody's life. Cool. Okay. Eee! I get little popcorns. Maybe I need like a nom emote of my possum eating popcorn. Maybe that's something I should do. I have too many ideas for emotes and not enough slots. I'm going way harder with this underpainting than I maybe should, but you know what? Whatever. It's fine. It'll look good, or it won't. And then we'll move on with our lives. I also have another commission that I got Doodlebee to do, but it's a sequin. I will tell you that it's incredible, and it made me squee and bounce around on my bed like a small child getting cotton candy when I got it. So, like, highly recommend getting some Doodlebee art. Yeah, Sleepy got a little guy too. The specific name of these commissions is Silly Billy. And it's so great. Okay. I'm just looking to see where I should shape this. I'm like, we're trucking along, but I don't think we know where we're going. That's okay though. Like, maybe the engine's about to go out, but we'll keep going until it does, you know. It's fine. The nickel saying? Which nickel saying? Ooh, I have not taken a progress photo of this yet. I should do that. I'm so bad at remembering to take progress photos when I'm streaming. Because I'm streaming, you know? Oh, that one. Yep. Okay. Because a nickel saying, aside from being a saying about a nickel, also means a saying that would cost you a nickel. So like a cheap saying that people use a lot. And that's like old school parlance, but it is one that I'm familiar with. So I was like, do you mean a saying about a nickel, or do you mean like a cheapo? Yeah, a nickel saying. So like a saying that would cost you a nickel. Yeah, like so like a Nickelodeon, that used to be a short movie that you could see for a nickel, right? So cheap. Hi, Tomato. Did TikTok like kill your video again, Stars? They don't like you, and I don't know why. Progress photo. There we go. Thank you, Shani. That's so stupid. I wonder why. Is it just because you're doing like the ad ones? And they've decided that you're untrustworthy or something? That's so weird. All good, Shani. As it has been mostly the ad ones, right, Stars? Yeah, I don't know, because I know that the Europe has like more specific rules about the ads and stuff, so maybe they have to do extra review for that. Yeah. I mean, to be clear, I think TikTok is an asshole, but also. Yeah, we wouldn't be mad at you, Shawnee. I highly doubt at this point you would do anything genuinely that would make me angry. If you did something like extreme enough to make me angry, I would think that you'd been taken over by a pod. Like the closest you might get on your own to making me angry is not taking care of yourself well. Yeah, if you got pod peopled, maybe. But you're generally good at being careful to take care of yourself even when you feel like you aren't doing well at it, you know? So. Yeah, I know you don't, Shawnee, which is why I check in on you when I know you're having a hard time. See, you thought you had something there, but you didn't. You might notice when you're having a hard time, I check in and ask you how you're doing so that you remember to take care of yourself. Like, oh shit, that's right. Katie's gonna be mad at me if I don't take care of myself. Worse, Katie's not gonna be mad at me. Katie's gonna be worried and disappointed. Yeah, get loved, nerd. Have your bosses left yet, Tomato? I should give Doodle the artist badge. I'll write that down. Yeah, I figured you weren't, but Sleepy is, right? You guys usually work off shifts, so like you aren't at work at the same time. But I know that they've been keeping a close tabs on y'all. If I put that here, will I remember? We'll find out. Ah, good, good. There is nothing that annoys me faster than setting something down and then not being able to find it immediately after I want it again. The worst offender for that is my Apple Pencil. Okay. What flower do I want to do next? I'll do this one. Yeah, for real. That's why I always say that I lose erasers like it's my job. I don't know what it is about this gum eraser specifically, but they're the exact right color to disappear into the ether anytime I set it down. Oof. My brain just stopped. This color. Me trying to mix more of the same color and immediately forgetting what color I used. I remember, it's fine. Excellent! What movie did you watch, Sleepy? Inquiring minds want to know. Ah, yeah. I didn't watch it, but I'm sure it was interesting. If mildly horrifying. That's kind of how those go. Okay. I'm putting so much water on this, it's gonna take forever to dry, and I'm gonna be annoyed, but too late. Yeah, there's a difference between a good movie and a movie that makes you feel good, you know? I rewatched Priscilla, Queen of the Desert while I was cleaning on... When was that? On Friday? Thursday? I don't remember. Wednesday. I don't know. I don't know what days are. It's fine. But again, not necessarily the best feel-good movie, but... Yeah, the end is great. I love the end. But there are, you know, moments in there that it's just like, why is this still relevant? Why is this still relevant? You know. I also should rewatch Paris is Burning sometime. I haven't watched that in a while. sounds like the Queen's PR team got to you. Oh man, speaking of Disney quote unquote live actions, I saw something really gross about the Lilo and Stitch one on Tumblr, and like I already wasn't gonna go see it, but now it makes me feel icky. Because there's like a huge, well, I don't know the huge part. There's a theme in the movie about Native Hawaiians and tourism, right? And it's making fun of tourism and pointing out that it's bad, and that's like an actual industry in Hawaii. And there's one spot where Lilo is taking photos of tourists on the beach, right? And she takes a photo of this white guy who is absolutely sunburnt and drops ice cream on himself. In the movie, they've changed that white guy to a Hawaiian guy. And that's disgusting. Like, that was an actual point that the movie was making and was important to the vibe of the story. And yeah, it's bad. They also didn't actually, like, they shot stuff in Hawaii, but didn't have anybody Hawaiian on any of the production team. And yeah, let's just let that movie die, alright? Like, the first one was perfect, legitimately, and had important things to say, and this one is just icky. It's gross. And I saw that, and I winced and just sat there and stared at a wall for a few minutes. Yeah, because, like, even if you don't understand this when you're a kid, part of the reason that Lilo and Myrtle have this whole thing, right, is because Myrtle's the little white girl, right? So she's showing up in a native space and making it all about herself, and that's really part of the issue. I think the remakes are mostly about, one, grabbing money, for sure, so tax break, and getting box office money based on the promise of the title that we liked before being good. But also, it's pretty clearly, especially with the older movies, a play to keep the copyright. So that it can't enter the free domain sphere. Which is gross, especially with Snow White specifically, especially because with the original movie, Walt Disney actually destroyed the voice actress's career who played Snow White because he didn't want the magic to be ruined when they heard her voice in something else, so he completely killed her acting career. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, Walt Disney, not a great guy. Am I fascinated by the world building and stuff? Yes. Do I like special interest dive into that shit? Absolutely. But also, Disney was fucking disgusting. And he was so anti-union. He was like nuts anti-union. Because, Sleepy, capitalism has touched everything. But yeah, pretty gross. Actually, a lot of the 50s era villains are also based on oh my god, what's his name? I'm spacing now. Brain, please. The airplane guy. Hugh something. My brain is not going to pop out that whole name. Somebody else can figure it out for me. um, yes, Hugh Airplane. Thank you. Howard Hughes. Thank you, Cap. Jesus Christ. My brain does not work. I mean, we already knew my brain didn't work. It's fine. But he had the same stupid little mustache for a long time as well, so. Yeah, Howard Hughes is weird in a lot of different ways. So he definitely like went kind of cuckoo bonkers near the end of his life. But he was basically an airplane magnate who magnate. I should pronounce that correctly, otherwise it sounds like magnet. Who had like billions and billions of dollars and then kind of got weirdly reclusive and stopped talking to people and had kind of like, it seems like a mental break from the outside. Where he was like not talking to anybody and like being in jars, I think is one of his things, and like a lot of really weird stuff, but he was like very popular for a while. Actually, I'm surprised that I haven't brought that up on Libstream. Speaking of piss in jars. Although, considering Lib's understanding of American history, I would have to do a lot of work to explain that one. He was also an abusive asshole, but that's kind of like boiler pot for men of the era, so. Yeah. Yeah. We love our Lib, but history is not their forte. Well, that's fair, Sleepy, because he's American, and you get to, like, opt out, so. At least for some of that stuff. And to be fair, like, the amount that I've said is, like, how much I remember off the top of my head. There's more, clearly, but he was never my focus. Yes, exactly, Shawnee, exactly. Which is who I was thinking of with the stupid tiny mustache. Because I don't know if you guys knew how obsessed with BioShock I am. It's a lot. I love BioShock. I can't play it because it gives me panic attacks, but I've watched other people play all of them, like, a lot, and I legitimately considered writing, like, a dissertation level thing on BioShock Infinite about how it pulls out themes in American history in a way that is very interesting and relevant. Shawnee, you should stream them so that I can watch you play. I'm not even joking. Please. Please. I haven't rewatched anybody play it in a long time. Yay! I loved BioShock so much. It's just... I think Infinite, well, it's a departure from the previous... like storyline kind of. I think that it's really, really well done in establishing the cultural flavor of racism and biases in the golden age and progressive era of the United States. Like, yes, it is. There's a lot of parts that are very uncomfortable, especially like right off the bat with that scene with the baseballs. Like, that is very uncomfortable, but that was the reality in American history. And so I think that if you work it the right way, like, obviously this isn't going to hit with everybody, but if you work it the right way, that game is excellent entry level to understanding racial biases in the United States and where they came from in the Reconstruction era post-Civil War. Because there's a lot of stuff, especially with the Native American racism in that too, because obviously there's a lot of black racism in the United States. There's also a lot of anti-Native racism. And that game touches on both those and also anti-Asian racism that was running rampant in this era. And so even though this takes place in theoretically a alternate timeline to the United States history that we know, it actually pulls a lot of these threads together to make a very all-encompassing story about biases through that era of history and how a lot of it was turned into a sideshow, basically, because that is a real thing that happened. So, like, you have the Wild Wild West show, right, where you have Bill Cody traveling the United States and bringing real Native American leaders with him as just like a sideshow, as like a draw so that people can see the noble savage, quote unquote. Right? So this is a real thing that happened in the United States that a lot of people don't think about, and a lot of people have actively not been taught. So it's a really good jumping off point to talk about American history in a more in-depth way than people get in the public school system. The story is also pretty cool. It's like it does tie into the two earlier games, to BioShock 1 and 2, but it is like a departure from that vibe. I will say that I think the real hallmark, yes, Bill Cody, Buffalo Bill. It's kind of like how I always call Sitting Bull Tatanka, which is his native name, and people don't know what I'm talking about. But I think the real pinnacle of the series, in accordance with the two early games, is actually the Minerva's Den DLC, because it goes specifically into racism in the Mecca, basically, for the BioShock compound. It's done in a really, really nice way. And it breaks my heart when people don't do the DLC, because it adds so much to the first two games, that one specific DLC. It's so good. Please, please. It answers so many questions that people have been asking of the series. Please play it, please. If you're playing the two games, please play Minerva's Den, or I'll be sad and I'll cry. I will hydrate. Thank you, Sean. But yeah, I could legitimately write a dissertation on the American history references in BioShock Infinite. And I will do a stretchy in just a second. I need to get this down while everything's still wet. But yeah, if anybody wants to play BioShock Infinite on stream and have me sitting there going off about history, I'll offer my services. Alright, doing a stretchy. Leverage is on my list, but I haven't watched it. But I know it's one of Grimm's favorites too, which is a bonus. I'm already stretching. I am unshrimped. I'm actually better at not shrimping when I'm sitting here than other places. I have my little buckwheat pillow, which keeps me upright. I also have like the couch that I'm leaning against, so I have a a point of reference for my back, so I can tell if I'm shrimping, because if it's not touching, then I'm shrimping. Someday I'm gonna post a photo of my stream setup, and everybody's gonna go like, "What the fuck have you been doing?" Because it's a nightmare. Because I'm like sitting on the floor on a cushion with my back up against the front of the couch at a coffee table. That's my workspace. And like eventually I will have an actual desk and everything, but I need to get the floor set up down there first. Yeah. Here, should I post a photo in Discord right now of my actual work setup? Because it's like it's wild. I don't know that there's really a good way to get all of it in the shot, actually. I'll need to stand up and take a photo of myself. But like or take a photo of like where I'm seated. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It is comfortable for me. Like, I'm a floor person. And it does mean that I can stretch my legs out when I do a stretchy. So. I think it's really funny how I can't, like, passionately talk and paint at the same time. Like, I went into that whole Bioshock rant, and I did not do a single thing with the paint at all that whole time. Like, sorry, I need to look at the ceiling while I'm doing my autistic ramble. But I need to get the floor downstairs installed before I can set up my desk down there. Because there isn't a way to get it out of the room once I set it up in there without breaking the entire thing down. And there's no place else in the house where I could put that desk hole. Right, Tomato? So I'm like doing this on the camera. That's fair, Sleepy. You don't need to have opinions on stream. You just need to look pretty and you're doing just fine. It's like, I gotta say, guys, for maybe the first time in a week, I didn't wake up to a message from Sleepy, and I'm feeling really neglected. Question. I just think it's really funny how often Sleepy and I talk. Because we just, like, got to know each other, and it's like, okay, cool, we're attached at the hip now. No, I don't want to do that with it. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna put it on dries. Yeah, send me songs. Yeah, I'm always happy to hear from you, Shawnee. But I also know that, you know, you got other stuff going on. No worries. Sleepy, on the other hand, has nothing else going on, so no excuses. Yeah, you are into it. Thank you, Shawnee. There. Link's so nice, we sent it twice. Now let's do this guy. Thank you. You ever go to say something then have a whole discussion in your head about how that isn't the correct way to think? Because I sure just did. We're gentle parenting ourselves live on stream. Oh, have you, Sleepy? Tell us about it. Yeah. So I was gonna say, you don't need to thank me, Shawnee. That's just part of my job. And then I was like, no, just because something is something you're expected to do doesn't mean that you don't deserve a thank you for it, and you don't get to celebrate that you did something. Cut that one off right there. That's also fair. I'm sure I do plenty of that, honestly. I'm sure I did plenty of that on Sleepy Stream, honestly. Thank you, Cap. Oh, actually, Cap, I was gonna ask you for another voice line for stream if you wanted to. Maybe 2, if you want to do 2. Because I'm replacing some of the sounds on my redeems. I was thinking you might want to do Hey Little Mama Let Me Whisper in Your Ear, and also You're Doing Amazing, Sweetie, if you were interested in that. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know that it's so much impossible, it's that I refuse to do it on principle, Shawnee. I don't think I want that on my stream. Otherwise, I'm gonna start sounding like Sleepy. I don't need to cross brands that hard, I think. Okay, tea gone. You turn off, please. Thank you. I don't think we're gonna get the whole underpainting of this done today. I've been chattier, which is fine. That's not it's just a statement of fact and not a chastisement. Yeah, I know. It's just that point of the month where I'm stressing if I can get all of the projects I started done for the color and focus, which isn't a big deal. There have been months where I post something like into the next month once I finish it. And I'm doing more projects than I normally do for a color this month, so not a big deal. But I do want to get this one done so that I can add it to my little stamp set. Oh, that's something I didn't bring out here. I did take a photo. I think I mentioned to you guys last time that I was doing new freebie stickers with my orders. Those are printed and are ready to be added to orders now. So I've got 5 new freebie stickers. The only way you can get those is as an extra from ordering in my shop. Because I was at the point where a bunch of my regulars have so many of my stickers, I can't give them something they don't have as an extra. So we're doing this way, and then I can actually keep track of who has what, because I put what extra stickers I add to an order in my spreadsheet. So thank you, Sleepy. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go back through, I think, and carve out the white spots on here a little bit, but I think that's something I'll do with the actual pale blue color over the top. That would be cool. I don't know I could do that through Twitch alerts or something. So it would have to cost something. I couldn't do like the in-channel redeem because that requires like Mix It Up or something that I can't really have running while I'm streaming on my laptop. Oh, thanks, Tomato. But yeah, I could do something like that if we want to set it up. I would just need to like make a list of the people who I would want to have do that and ask them and then organize it on the back end, which I don't really have time for right now, but maybe over the summer. We'll see. That one's on the back burner, Shawnee. It's a good idea. I just shut down. It's fine. Me staring open mouth at my own stream. Sky is folded up in an interesting way. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Maybe just because I didn't finish that other task earlier. God, what is that? Is that you? Sorry, I just heard a random electronic buzzing and I'm trying to figure out what it is. Hashtag autism powers. It dried. Oh, come on, buddy. Nope. Alright. Okay. Why did I go this direction? I always do this. I start working towards the right, and then when I need to go to the left, I'm like having to think about putting my hand in wet paint. Why do I always go counterclockwise? What in my brain makes me go counterclockwise? I'm curious. Oh, that's cute, Cap. I do like that comic of them in the coffee shop. Hi, Rainbow! Donnie summoned Rainbow. Oh, there's a stem back there that I didn't shade. Yeah, Shawnee was talking about me doing a kind of like your save redeem where there's multiple different options for it to pop out, doing that, but with people saying they're proud of me. Ooh, exciting, Rainbow. I hope it's fun. Or at least not horrid. I don't know. Right? Isn't it cute? I don't really have time to like sort that out now, but that's definitely on the back burner. Okay. I want to do that now, but I don't know if I should. I'm gonna not question myself and just do it. Well, I still remember what colors I used. I'll just do that, and then I need to add green on top of it, and it'll be fine. Yeah, down the road thing. Maybe we could do that for Streamiversary if I'm feeling better from surgery by then. Because that's in June. So. Oh, that's cool. Oh. Oh my gosh, I have so many DMs. Oh, that looks great, Cap. That would be great. I want to be able to teleport. Need to be able to visit everybody in their favorite restaurants. That's close enough for now. We'll see how it is when it dries. What now? Now we take a nap, maybe. Even though I've been getting enough sleep, I'm like exhausted. I've been doing a lot of brain work lately. God, real, Shawnee. Well, you know, App, there aren't any direct flights between you and me. And many of them go through the lovely city of Los Angeles. So maybe what I do is I go to Los Angeles, and I go from Los Angeles to Edmonton, and then I go from Edmonton to you. Yeah. I've already got permission to meet up with Sleepy, so. Yeah, we gotta go to Hot Pot, because I've never had Hot Pot before. VP! Hi, how's it going? I doing? I think maybe we're nearing the end of stream because my brain is going even slower than normal. So real, Shawnee. I'm wearing real pants right now, and I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Morning, Katie thought she would be all put together and wear jeans all day, and right now hates her a little bit. Um, it really does, Sleepy. Like you get home and just drop everything at the door and scream, and then move on with your little tasks and your snacks. Ah, good, Cap. I'm glad you replaced it then. Oh, that is nice, Sleepy. Yes. It's a remix. And it slaps. I keep focusing on the wrong flower. I should take another progress photo. Because we have made progress. I'm probably going to end up reshading these on top of the other color too, but this helps me get an idea for, like, even if it gets covered up, this gives me an idea for how I'm going to like the depth of the shading. I would like to get just like the base colors, like the underpainting done, but I don't know if I'm going to do that today. We'll see. An affirmation card. You got it, Sleepy. All right. Right or left? Oh, my hip just popped. That hurt. Left. All right. Any challenges you're facing can be overcome. It's so true, bestie. I'm gonna leave the top off of that box so I remember that I need to put that card back in it. I mean, knowing you, Sleepy, you do it and then deal with punishment afterwards. Oh, you guys can't see that if it's over there. Can you see it if it's over here? If I get rid of my possum, we can. Bye, possum. I love you. Judging by what I know about you, Sleepy, and I admit that I don't know everything about you, but I feel like you would consider running from the consequences too much work. No, not even the asthma. I just think you think it's too much work. That isn't how it works, Sleepy. Yeah, exactly, Cap. Okay. Or this little bud in the background, I think I'm gonna do kind of like a purple magenta shade instead of I do feel like Sleepy would do incredibly unholy things for Hot Pot and soup in general. Yeah, go refill your water bottle, Sleepy. What the fuck? Go refill your water bottle. Okay, Sleepy, go refill your water bottle. Stop making little hee-hees in chat. Go refill your water bottle. Stop typing. Go. You are super brave about it, Rainbow. Honestly and legitimately. I also, like, this is kind of a weird compliment to give, but I'm happy that you get to cry so much to relieve stress. Because, like, I shut down instead of crying because I was made fun of it when I was a kid for crying anytime I got stressed out. So, like, my brain completely shuts down. So I'm happy that you didn't have, like, the same experience I did growing up and that you can actually cry to help solve your problems. I think that's really cool and brave. Yeah, exactly, Cap. Yeah, prove it, Sleepy. I don't trust you. For sure, Rainbow. That's definitely part of it. I think also just like since I've started following you, you've gotten way better about not apologizing for it, which I'm really proud of you for. Because I know that's been work for you. Oh, interesting, Tomato. I'm glad we've gotten you to a point where you feel safe doing that, Sleepy, because I know that was work for you too. It's nice that we've like all of us as a group have like found the space to be like vulnerable and real with each other. I really appreciate that. Yeah, exactly, Cap. It's almost like we're all friends. This is why I was doing that. Hey. I would like to get this done, but I don't think that that's the right choice for my brain today. Applebee loved nerd.
That's gay.
Yeah, all my friends are gay, it's true. Yeah, for sure, Tomato. Like, there's something about, like, the emotional intelligence of a hug. You know what I mean? Where, like, you can tell when somebody just needs to, like, have their back cracked and when somebody just needs to be, like, held to your chest so that they can hide from the world for a little bit, you know? Okay. We're getting to the point where I need to make like annoyed sounds in order to keep working. I think I finish this flower and then we end because I'm over it. I'm not gonna lie. I have one more task to do to finish all of my stuff today. And then I can go relax. Cause oh, it's not
I
here,
love
so
your
I can
goopy
say it.
wiener.
Thank you. Um I worked for like 13 hours yesterday. I woke up and started working and I did not stop. Because I had a lot of shit to do. So, you know. Yeah, I'm kind of like that too, Sleepy. Where, like, but I think it's just because I'm opening up more than I realize a lot of the time. And I think you do too, honestly. Um, or it's like because we're the kind of people who, when we're talking to somebody, we share our experiences to relate and help people feel safe, that we're actually revealing things in kind to other people, you know? Um, so we are actually more open than we think we are. Yeah, and I mean, something for me was that I wouldn't share all of myself with any one person. So I compartmentalized what I would share with people for a really long time. And now that I'm better at not doing that, it means that everybody gets to know me and I'm not worried about certain people meeting each other, you know? Because, like, there is a certain level of just, like, code switching when you're talking with certain groups of friends. But if you only tell, like, these kind of things to one person and this kind of thing to another person, when they meet, they have completely opposing views of who you are as a person, and it's really stressful. So, like, being able to be honest about who you are with people in that kind of regard is really important, too. As if Shawnee couldn't get as many hugs as they wanted out of any of us. You aren't a straight anything, Sleepy. Don't lie. Yeah, but it's more true. You are a gay up fucker. Welcome back, Cat. Oh, I still need to watch the thing. I know Cap linked it, and I didn't watch it. I should watch it. But I'm excited that everybody is excited. Although I haven't played it in a while. I need to get back because I want to change the roof on my barn a little bit. I realized since I added the like overhang awning, I can change it so that it's a nicer diagonal. If the universe collapses under kindness, then it deserved to die. Just saying. I don't know. What would you rather go down to? A super volcano or a super hug? Let's, like, it's always the hug. Okay. I think I'm gonna find somebody to raid because my brain is done. So we'll be working on this on Friday, and hopefully, like, I'm pretty sure we can get the underpainting done and get the background pretty well sorted, and then we can work on the flowers. And I don't think that will take super long, but I said that last time, and, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I do have a busy week this week, so I might be a little continuing to be brain dead a bit. Which is why we have a brain dead emote. Like, you know. I better be in that sandwich too. Excuse you. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. I think I'm gonna put mine in the dishwasher on a 4-hour delay, and then it'll be nice and clean and still warm when I get it out in the morning, you know? Ooh, nice cap. A snacky. We love snacks. Okay, I opened my phone to look on the Twitch app to see who's live. Okay, good. You just didn't say it clearly, so I was worried that you forgot about me. Oh, we can go raid Goose. Goose is live. That's a good choice. And Goose won't mind if I raidened it because I'm tired. Wow, shut up. I guess I will. Jeez. Oh, I'm allowed to talk now. Okay, but only to say my spiel. See, Tomato gets it. Um, all right. We're gonna go raid Goosetown, who has popped into chat here and was actually in Lipstream last night too. It popped in there, which is nice. We know Goose. They're playing Fields of Mystria, and have that also kind of mildly unhinged ADHD energy that is so fun and like catnip to most of us. I was waiting for somebody to realize what a brat I was being. We have the 2 raid commands in chat. The first one there has emoji that you can use anywhere on Twitch. The second one has an emote that you can use if you're subscribed to my channel. So please copy and paste the one that is relevant to you. I'm gonna remember to copy it this time, because I forgot last time. Thank you, Shawnee. Because, yeah, we did have a longer pause. Yeah, fair, Rainbow. I was just going to sit here until somebody mentioned it. I don't have anywhere to be. I can just sit here and stare into space. It's fine. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. It's always fun to hang with you guys. And thanks for listening to my Bioshock spiel. Spiel? That's a Pokemon. All right, Mouth. Take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of or be kind to yourself or yourself, please do so for me, because I think you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself on the days that are hard, okay? So make sure to take care of yourself, and we can meet back here next time and talk about all our victories, alright? Okay, bye! Yes, Bioshock's Feel. New Pokemon. I made it up.